Hey everybody, welcome back to the Suikoden walkthrough. Here we're just starting out in the Dragon's Den, I believe is the name of this place. Um, couple of decent drops actually here, which is kind of a good change of pace. The magic shields here drop the Earth Shield, which is actually the best shield in the game. I don't particularly like, farming for them, specifically here. Just because they can be purchased later on in the game. Anything I think that can be, purchased from a store, I generally don't like to, specifically farm for. Now, the thing with this area is this Sunshine King here actually has the window set 3, as well as a Cyclone rune. So, if you find that you want an extra Cyclone rune, or I guess just want to collect all of the window sets in the game, you're gonna spend a little bit of time here. So, that being said, you can actually acquire a few Earth Shields in your time here. Trying to get Cyclone runes, or like I said, window sets. There is one more enemy here that's got a really good drop, and that's the I want to say it's the Black Elemental. I think it's the next fight coming up here. Wow, I just whiffed on that stair set really bad. Here they are. Yeah, Black Elementals. So these have the magic rune pieces, which are increase your magic stat. And the great thing about that is this game the magic stat determines how much or how many magic spells that you can cast in any I should say just in general. So I don't remember the tiers right off the top of my head, but obviously the more magic stat you have, the more magic spells you'll be able to cast. Anyways, long story short, if you are planning on, I guess making somebody that's not a very good caster into a caster, you're gonna need a bunch of those. So, you can either use the Magic Stone trick, Stat Stone trick, which is a good way to make, well, it's really to make overpowered characters, frankly. But again, there's some people that I like to play with that, unfortunately just have really crummy magic stats, and thus are not, they're not good for casting at all. Like, Flick is kind of one of those cool people that have a really good split between like physical damage as well as as well as having a good magic stat. Unlike somebody like Victor, who is just pure, offensive, physically based. But, that being said, if you want to, you can, you could farm up Black Elementals here and just try to get as many magic stones as you can. I don't really know that that's the greatest way to go about it. The one thing though I will say is that you're very limited in how many magic stones that you actually get in any given playthrough. So when you're using the stat stone trick, it can get a little annoying. The way it works is you use the stat stone, and then all your characters have to be wiped out and die, and it can be much more time efficient if you farm up a few of them, of the magic stat stones, and just kind of have a bunch more in your inventory. So I guess food for thought. Otherwise, just have the one or maybe two that you end up throughout your playthrough, and you can go about it that way. So obviously here the dragons are sleeping, and that's why Joshua doesn't or isn't allowing anyone in to the Dragon's Den. and we'll actually, I don't know if we actually had that, or if we found that out yet, but Joshua will explain the situation. I took a little cut there because I farmed up a window set. I believe it was the window set 3. So that's why you saw me kind of jump to a different position there. And here you just have me spamming master pupil attack over and over. That's all I did here. It's just so good. I should say that's all I did the entire game. It's so good. Okay. We're here. Or I should say we're done. We're done with the cave. And in this area out here on the field, I'm trying to think if there's any good drops here. There's a Mirage, I guess, that has the speed ring. I don't know if that's worth farming for or not. It's an okay item. But here is Fuma. I think that's how you say his name, but he is our 3rd ninja, and you're gonna want to definitely recruit him because, well, because the ninjas are insane for the army battles. And just like that, he's recruited. Boy. You know, now that I think about it, we really didn't have to take Lucan through that cave or through the dragon's den at all, because we could have actually come in here to, I guess, I don't know, what is this one actually called? Whatever. Anyways, this place, and we could have just teleported right here. So, I don't know. I guess in hindsight, you know, we didn't really need to bring him with. But, oh well. Humphrey, on the other hand, you absolutely do have to have. Please let me fly on a dragon. Come on, we're all thinking it. Okay. Dragons have fallen asleep and not awakened. So the weird thing about this is, maybe it's kind of a plot hole, but so he's not letting anyone into the dragon area, or to this particular. What is this? What is this? A castle? But they don't have the dragons here anyway, so it's not like anybody would have, you know, witnessed the sleeping dragons unless they went through here. The dragons. That's a what, you know, kind of a weird, kind of a plot hole. I don't know. I guess not that big of it. I guess if somebody did come here, though, you know, it wouldn't take long to figure out there was something wrong with the dragons. All right, and this is actually like I was saying earlier, you have to have Lucan and take him to see Joshua. All right, so we need to find some moonlight weed. Yeah, there you go. So the only 2 dragons that aren't being affected is Milia's dragon and Futch's dragon. Futch. Wow, that's such a weird name. Futch. Whatever. All right. So Milia joins the party. And I think we're required to have her for this next dungeon. So, yeah, I don't know that it's worth, like, running around here and trying to level her or anything. I guess maybe you can take her back to the headquarters and see if you can sharpen her weapon or anything like that. But okay, Dragon. Excuse me, Dragon Knight's Fortress. That's the name of this place. And there's another person that we can recruit here as long as you've got Humphrey, I believe it is, with us. I think it's this guy up here to the left. We'll see here. Yeah, it's gotta be this guy. Yeah, Kreutz. You're Humphrey, aren't you? What's going on? Wishy-washy, aren't we? Okay, well, let's hurry it up, Humphrey. I don't know why I took so long with this dialogue. I'm sure I was doing something else, but still. Jeez. Why are you now in the Liberation Army? Change your heart. Okay, so you haven't changed. That's nice. Barbarossa! Okay, he doesn't say it. That's kind of like the theme, apparently, of Barbarossa's old followers is just that, well, he's changed. That's literally everyone's, you know, excuse for, I shouldn't say excuse. It's everyone's reasoning for joining up with the hero. My only master. Okay. Boom. New recruit. We've got a revenge recruit, it seems. And up here, let's see what we have. Window setting 2. As well as, I'm pretty sure there's an old book here. There we are, old book. I think that's it. What was that? Looks like old, oh, no, old book volume 4? Or 5? I don't know. One of the two. I have both of them in my inventory, so most of them, one of them must have come from the Dragon's Den itself, and then one came from the bookshelf up there. I didn't see which one was which, but I suppose it's not that important. Wow, I really must have been distracted when I was making this video, because I just stood around a ton. Alright. What's his name? Thrash? It's a pretty cool dragon name. Way cooler than Black. Sorry. I mean, how generic can you get? It's pretty I didn't really spend much time thinking about a name for that one. Oh, this dragon's, you know, black. Let's call it Black. Like, really? No imagination. Okay, ran tough. Here's Seek Valley. I don't think you can actually actually, no, you can't teleport here. You actually have to take Thrash every time you want to come here. So that's what I think my plan was to at least test and see if I could you know, try to teleport here. And thus, you know, hopefully not have to use the dragon every time. But that's not the case. You absolutely have to. So anytime you want to come to Seek Valley, you have to go to the Dragon Knight's Fortress and then fly on Thrash. So, you know, if you're planning on leveling up Milia's weapon, or I don't know if you can equip her. I'm trying to think if she starts with a rune or not. I don't think she has one that's permanently equipped, so I'm sure you can toss something on her. I guess maybe we'll find out. Maybe I did that, maybe I didn't. We're about to find out. But Seek Valley's got all kinds of cool stuff too, and I guess maybe I'll try to point that stuff out once we actually get there. But I think my plan was to dump off a couple of these old books here. Wow, okay, so that's 4 and 5 right there. I'm guessing the rest of them are still in my warehouse. I think I kind of waited a long time to pull them all out, and then and then actually toss them over at Hugo's face. But yeah, we'll see here. Milia, I believe, if I remember right, she has a unite with Futch. Once we finally get him. But and I don't know, she's kind of generic. She obviously does not have a very good magic stat. So that's one thing I do notice about her. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the good thing about her is she's a medium ranged character, so you can stick her in the back if you want, and thus can still attack. But yeah, I don't know. She's another one of those characters that's just kind of there. Alright, let's see what the plan is. Fine, thanks. Gosh. Just epic dialogue. Good old Rock. Fine, thanks. What? Nothing he says even makes sense. Alright, ooh, Chaos Shield, okay. Yeah, looks like I already had two magic rune pieces. I think I did end up with... gosh, I would have swore I ended up with more. Because I did at one point, after I had already basically beat the game, I monkeyed around with some of the characters, and I made I think I made Pesmerga a caster just to see, and whatever, it is what it is. But I don't know, that was kind of interesting. But anyways, I ended up grabbing a bunch of more speed stones from the Dragon's Den, just so that I wouldn't have to die and restart the game so many times. Because that's the crummy thing about the stat stone trick, is just that, especially for a couple of the items, I mean, actually the majority of those items that you can't get multiples of. So something like, I want to say that there's only one power stone in the entire game, so if you want to raise a character's strength, it just takes a long time. It's just a lot of, going into battle, dying, selecting the don't give up option or whatever it is in this game. And then, open up the menu, use the stat stone, run back out, get into a fight, have your party wiped out. It's just... it's already a super time-consuming process, and when you've only got one of a type of stone, it just makes it all the I don't know, much longer. I'm guessing here is where I wanted to put some, put some runes on some people. I guess we'll see what I ended up doing, but Fortune Crystal seems odd. Seems like an odd choice for me. You know, unless you plan on doing something like, I guess sharpening like everyone's weapons to 16. There's just not a whole lot of use for cash in this game. So, you know, granted, getting your main, you know, if you're gonna stick with the same, say 6 people or something throughout the game, you know, you're gonna have enough money without really having to go very far out of your way to do, you know, much farming. So it's hard to justify sticking. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it's hard to justify sticking a fortune crystal on somebody. You know, again, unless you're planning on, you know, doing something crazy like leveling up all your character's weapons or something. So. Gosh, yeah, so this was a lot of, I guess, inventory management, which is not all that exciting, but I'm going to cut this video here because the next one is going to be all Seek Valley, and it's going to be pretty long, so I'm going to cut it here. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, but hope these videos are helpful, and hope you join me for more. Alright, thanks for watching.